You're listening to CHMR FM.
93.5.
Welcome to the Mulberry Creek Hour. I'm Vickie Morgan.
I'm Josh Morgan.
Welcome to another awesome episode. I'm so excited about this one. We got the one and only Kevin Evans in the studio with us. He's out in the porch right now. And Rik Barron.
The one and only Kevin Evans and the one and only Rik Barron.
It's going to be spectacular. I love those guys. They're so amazing together.
We're pretty excited.
So we get to do it right here in the studio.
This is
right here in CHMR.
Kevin Evans returning. He was here
a
couple months ago and was fantastic.
No, he was on the show with us a little while back, and we sang Sunny Stream together.
Mm-hmm.
And we invited him this time. He was like, I'm going to bring Rik this time. I'm not saying he didn't want to sing with me. I'm just saying he brought his own. He brought a friend. Which we love. It's friggin', they're so good together. Like you're in for such a treat. So if you're listening, if you're driving along in your car, sitting at home, watching, so you can listen on, there's a bunch of different ways.
93.5 FM if you're
there's like
in the local
satellite
area.
radio. Yeah.
And then we have Radio Player Canada or similar apps that you can get for Android and Apple.
Yeah.
And we're on there. And also...
It's on Rogers, it's on Bell.
Rogers and Bell. Or right now we're on Facebook Live at the Mulberry Creek Hour.
Absolutely.
And you can come and look at our beautiful faces.
There you go. And any of the shows that we've done in the past, you can go check out on YouTube, on the Mulberry Creek page on YouTube. You can go do a search. So there's like Rachel Cousins, Paul Marr, Peter Vance,
Corey
Tedford. Oh my God, we've had some Jared Waterman, Evelyn Jess.
We're going to have a hard time picking up all these names later.
They've been on the show. So if you want to see those episodes, be sure to go check out the YouTube. Make sure you subscribe, share it with your friends. Tell the guests how awesome they are. Leave the comments on there. It really, that's how it happens, right? Went to a fabulous thing this weekend, Music NL, of course. Congratulations to Rhonda Tulklane and all the people at Music NL who put together an absolutely fabulous music celebration week. We took in a bunch of it. We went to Greg Wells did a big thing on Saturday, early in the morning. It was 11:30.
That was pretty early for us.
It's a bit early, yeah. Everybody was pretty sleepy.
We were there, though.
But Greg is friggin' awesome, and he talked... I feel like he spent an hour and a half talking about failure. Was that just me?
He okayed, what is it, normalized...
normalized failure.
Failure, yeah. Like saying you're not going to get success without failure.
He talked a lot about
that was a big focus.
It really felt like, is he saying it again? Oh my God, he said it again. Like, he's so inspirational, and he's worked with, like, the biggest names in music. I mean, the biggest. And he's sitting up there talking about how anxious he gets and how he lives in his head sometimes and all the maggots, that tell you all these bad things and stuff. And it was just really human and great. So thank you to Greg Wells. And then right after that, I thought there'd be like, lunch or something or some kind of a break, but it was so I could come in and just like put coffee right into my veins, and it was straight into Luther Mallory, and what a wake up call. So he's in from Toronto. He's so funny. Oh my face hurt. He was so hilarious. Anyway, thank you to everybody for Music Week, and congratulations to all the winners. And I think this is a theme. I think this is something that I'd like to be known for. Is I want to do a shout out for the people that didn't win, because that's really hard. That's a really hard thing. That whole process.
I did see a few posts on Facebook from musicians and bands that were like, "We're going to do it next year." And there was like a picture from the audience, like they were there at the awards, and then they went home, and they said, "All right, let's just get back at it. Let's do it again."
Oh my God. That's such a rat race and such a hamster wheel. And so what I want to say to the musicians, and I noticed there was a lot of people who got up and did thank you speeches, and a lot of presenters talked about how hard it is to be a musician. It isn't hard. It's not. It's the most beautiful experience you'll ever have in your entire life. The music part of it's beautiful. The business part of it is hard. And the award shows are hard, and the grant applications are hard, and those things that help you not starve to death while you're making music, those things are hard. But the music part of it, I think we're all in it for the exact same reason. We love it.
There's something to it. About Saturday morning, we were at the Music NL music celebration week, and we played a show first thing.
It was Friday.
Oh, Friday morning, yeah.
Friday,
and it was like, man, it had been a couple weeks since we played, and it was like, this is nice. I like being in front of people. I like playing music. I like making noise, and
and having it sound, and playing like not even the same notes. Sometimes the harmony is the secret sauce. I think when you're singing different notes and it still sounds okay together. So I'm a harmony person. I don't actually sing a lot of harmony, but I feel like singing different notes and still fitting in and still sounding okay with the rest of the world is pretty much the theme of my life. So I just want to do a shout out to the people who didn't win. We ourselves actually put in an application this year. So if any of the kind people who said, how come you guys didn't win anything? Let me tell you, it's not that we didn't apply.
It was
we
not
did
for
apply.
lack of trying.
It wasn't for lack of trying this year. Now, last year we had put a few singles out, and I was sitting there going, well, we should have. Well, now I'll never know. Now I do know. Didn't get a look in. We were in the long list, and we didn't make it past the jury of our peers. And so sitting in the audience looking at all these people win, and it's like, what are they doing different than what we're doing? And I don't know. I don't know if there is I don't know if there is a secret to it. I think
the thing is everybody's doing it, and
yeah.
You just got to do your own thing and just do what feels good and have fun with it.
And I think if you're doing it for awards, if you're feeling bad about not winning an award or something like that, that's all right. Feel bad. Write a song about it.
Write a song about it, yeah.
Here's the
that'll win an award next year.
I don't know if it's going to win an award, but I got a pretty funny story.
Yeah?
We had a couple of people ask for this because we played it on the show last week, and it's a really funny story. I find it funny. I don't know if anybody else will, but anyway, I don't even have a name for this song. But this is, I think it's called World's Worst Seller. We put a book out last year. If you're on the Facebook Live, you can see it. So this is the book we put out. We put the book out 3 weeks ago on paperback version, and then the big ebook launch was on
the 20th.
Friday, on the 20th, the same day we were playing down at Amera Innovation Center. And I was feeling pretty bad about the whole thing when I wrote this. Yeah. And then we got some pretty good news on Saturday morning. So should I do the song first?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll get the mic set.
This is called World's Worst Seller. Okay. No. There it is. No. Let's find it. No.
You'll find it.
I'm just kidding. No one bought my book, and I'm still doing okay. They want to know if their name's in there and wish I'd go away. Keep all their little secrets, and I buy their Girl Scout cookies. I go to all their plays, how I wish they'd buy my bookies. I wrote the world's worst seller, it came in all formats. Audio and ebook, and even paperback. I tried dropping the price, and I tried selling on TikTok. 0 sales and no reviews, I'd make more money painting rocks. This isn't even the first time, but my first book was sad. I told myself that maybe the writing was just bad. I tried changing back all the names to create a big sensation. It turns out no one wants to read about baby cremation. So this time I knew what to do. I called this one fiction. I wrote it more like Joel Hines and even watched my diction. Airy fairy is just how I live. No, I'm not into crystals. I love law attraction videos and graveyard whistles. I wrote the world's worst seller. It came in all formats. Audio and ebook and even paperback. I tried dropping the price and I tried selling on TikTok, but 0 sales and no reviews, I'd make more money knitting socks. So if you think, hey, one day maybe I'll write a book, I've got important things to say, well, here is what it took. You've got to like yourself enough to survive the jealousy, and you can write the world's worst seller and end up just like me. I wrote the world's worst seller, it came in all formats. Audio and ebook and even paperback. I tried dropping the price and I tried selling on TikTok, but 0 sales and no reviews, I'd make more money sucking hocks.
Woo!
Ow!
There you go.
So I played that on the show last week. That was on a Monday. We released the ebook on Friday, and guess what we woke up to on Saturday?
What was it?
#1 bestseller.
#1 on Amazon.
In musician biography, #1 bestseller.
Look at that.
Amazon.
Woo!
Everyone's like, what? That was crazy. It's
pretty
number
fantastic.
5. It's number 5 in the topic of television. So we'll take it. We'll take that. And thank you to everybody who supported and bought it and are leaving reviews. And it's just amazing. It's just absolutely amazing to make a living doing what you love. So keep at it. That's what I'm going to tell you. If you're writing, keep at it. If you're making music, keep at it. Practicing. That's the only way. That's the way to Carnegie Hall, right? Practice.
So
thank you really sincerely to everybody that. And we have a big book launch coming up on November the 5th at LSP Hall. That's at 7 p.m. Right here in St. John's.
Tickets are available in the next couple of days.
In the next couple of days online at the hall, or you can just come on into the door, but it'll start at 7 o'clock. And it's got How to Fail at Documentary Filmmaking. What else?
Yeah,
I think we should get to our guest.
We're going to play a song.
Let's play a
song. And then we're going to get the guests in here and
what do you got?
Have a chat. I got the Navigators here.
Congratulations to our friends, the Navigators, who won Celtic album. Celtic
Traditional album. Traditional Performer of the Year. Traditional Entertainer.
Good God. They won Best People Ever. That was the award. Best dudes ever. Congratulations to Navigators for the award. They got an award. I don't know what's engraved on it, but they'll tell us, I'm sure. The guys were so great. Oh my God, I love them so much. 23 years together. This is the Navigators on the Mulberry Creek Hour. Oh, nice. Love it.
Okay, so when we come back, remind me to do the PSAs, and I'll get them in here.
Do I need to cue up any more music before I go over?
Nah, I'll handle it.
Are you sure?
So that's going to be your mic over there.
Okay. Do I need to check? So Kevin Evans are up and Rik Barron in just a second. While I have a second, here's all the merch. How to Fail at Documentary Filmmaking. #1 bestseller in musician biographies. Obviously. For the Grace of Joe, for people going through a loss, pregnancy loss, it sucks. That book helps. And of course our CD is on Bandcamp, and you can get one from us. You can get any of this stuff from us, just let us know. We'll do drop-offs in the St. John's region. Alright, we're going to set this up now for Rik and Kevin.
We got a camera and our phone here for
Facebook
Live, so we're all broadcasting on Facebook Live.
Hello! How are you?
Nice to see you.
Good, you too. Thanks for coming in.
Hi.
This is awesome. How's it
See you. Where are we going?
Either one of these chairs, whichever one works for you.
What chair do you want? You want to take the good chair?
I got another.
There's more
rolly chair if you want this.
No, it's good.
Okay.
Sure.
There's no sweat. Yeah. How's it going, Kevin?
It's going wonderfully.
Lovely to see your beautiful face.
Am I allowed to take this in?
Of course not.
Excellent. Oh no, never. So how do you want to do it?
You want to put it over there?
Yeah, that's right.
We are up for whatever. We will. We'll have a chat, and we'll do a song, and we'll talk some more. Do another song. Then the
break.
The pretty girls will come in with the tassels. Cakes.
And the tassels.
Just tassels.
Just tassels, Rik. I don't know if we can get over that. Is there a break between the two half hours or no?
There can be a break anytime because we do PSAs and we're putting songs.
Okay.
So whatever you guys want to do. It's very flexible.
Yeah, for the second song, I'm going to do Rik's song first. It's 2 songs, right,
Yep.
Money? That's great. Do Rik's songs first. You're way down in the fucking valley there.
You want to get him a higher chair?
I don't know if you want to stay down there, but I ain't moving.
He's on the.
I'm good. Okay. Yeah, I just have to do a tune change. So anywhere in there.
Yep.
Rik will do Rik.
It won't be tune change.
Rik will do the first song. I'll do the second song.
Perfect.
We can talk about whatever you want.
Yep.
As long as it's me.
Okay.
And you.
It's all about
And
Kevin.
you.
It's all about Kevin.
Always about Kevin.
What
I'm
do you
used to
want?
it.
Here we are.
I'm used to it.
I'll just cozy up to Kevin here. How about that? I'm in the shot now.
That microphone's in front of my face.
I know.
But I can do this. No, I don't care.
Here we go. How's that?
Microphone
No, it's
stands
worse.
in
Now
front
it's
of
right
my
across his face. You can't.
But I can do this stuff.
Hold on.
I don't care. I don't.
That's all right.
I can.
Listen, the most important. You know, the most important thing about radio is if you're in the shot.
Yeah, Kevin, we're on radio.
Just make sure you project. That's all.
Yes. Sing it to the back of the room. Here we go.
Do you know this song called? So you're going to sing a song then too, right?
I'll play one if you want me to. Yeah.
Is that what we did last time?
I didn't play, you played, and I sang along.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
We'll figure out something.
We'll figure
Back
something
in
out.
15 seconds.
I'm going to take this because it's my pacifier.
Oh, let me put this out of the way.
This is just a prop. This is just a prop. So, like, in the visuals, when it shows them on Facebook, it'll be like, was Vickie playing with Rik and
4
Kevin?
seconds.
And it'll look like that. It's all impressions,
I like it.
not real. Welcome back to the Mulberry Creek Hour. That was the Navigators with Streams of Whiskey, and congratulations again to the boys for the Music NL Award this weekend and the great performance at the gala on Saturday. The gala, I gotta say, might have been a bit of a misnomer. We all dressed up, and they put in the advertising, dress up, it's going to be a red carpet event, like paparazzi, glitz, all that kind of stuff. And it was pouring rain, hurricane, gale force winds. Everybody showed up in the lobby of Holy Heart with our winter jackets on. Couldn't see a dress, couldn't see a sparkle for miles. There wasn't a camera, there was no red carpet. It was just a concert.
There was a red carpet. It floated away earlier.
Maybe it washed away, but I didn't see anything anybody had on because we all had our winter jackets on in the seats at Holy Heart. So, but the people on stage, glamorous and glitzy, and it was fantastic. Guys, you're in for such a treat today on the Mulberry Creek Hour. We got Rik Barron and Kevin Evans in the studio. Kevin and Rik, thanks so much for being here. How's it going, fellas?
What?
So
How
far,
are you?
so good.
Well,
I was
you hear
able
that?
to get parking this time.
Yep.
You didn't have to run out and like save the day.
Deadly.
Yeah.
We love that. It's getting smoother every week. It's getting every week. It's we're ironing out the kinks every
It's
single week.
getting something.
So listen, let's go back in time a little bit. Tell me when Kevin and Rik started playing together.
Come on. You want to tell the truth or tell the
No,
story? at
Made
all?
up stories are more than welcome.
Yeah, well, we have versions.
On and off for 30-something years.
Oh wow.
Because we met, I was working as an actor when we met on a show, on a thing down the States.
We were on C-Cell. Do you remember that thing?
No.
It was the Atlantic Canadian Provinces, sort of a tourism junket
Yeah.
on a boat, a large ferry that sailed out of Yarmouth, Nova Scotia, and did the east coast of the United States.
Yep.
And that's where we met.
And I was John Cabot.
He was.
You played John Cabot.
Yeah.
Yep.
And
And
I have to
I
say,
had all the family curtains and everything.
Yeah,
all
yeah.
them.
Oh my
what
God.
I remember wasn't the family curtains. What I remember is I was wearing jeans. It
And I
was the
wasn't.
summer and he was wearing tights.
Yeah.
And,
And-
and buckly shoes.
It was.
It was. And I fell in love immediately.
We were there on. We were in
Sounds-
Philadelphia on Earth Day, and
Yeah.
Hell's Angels turned up to honor. So there was like thousands of them, and I was as far away from the ship as you could get when I saw them, and I'm thinking I should go back to the ship because I don't want to get hurt. And a couple of them started talking to me, and I'm walking back and walking and walking back. And
Yep.
do you remember what the fellow said to me? And,
No.
he patted me on the shoulder. He had a hand like, well, he had
Catcher's
hand like
mitt.
Darcy Broderick. I'm telling you.
No joke.
And he grabbed me on the shoulder and he said, "Man, when you get back to wherever the hell it was you came from, have a long talk with your tailor." Well, I thought I was going to die.
Oh yeah.
And I
yeah.
scooted
He
into
also
the ship.
complimented Rick on his bravery for actually
Being out on it.
walking amongst the Hell's Angels dressed like he was.
Yeah.
So
Well, it was dressed like, an explorer from
Honest to God.
Galileo or
one
something.
guy said, "Why are you dressed like that?" And he said, "It's really weird." And he said, "Well, you guys all look the same." So that's how we met.
And that's
Yeah.
how Rik joined Hell's Angels. That's a whole other
Yeah,
program.
different program.
That's a different
Yeah,
program.
different
So you've
program.
been playing together a long time, hey?
Yeah.
And
yeah,
so-
we did.
I don't know. Yeah.
And so that was an acting gig. There was no music.
Yeah, but it just happened to be an acting gig, yeah, but
Yeah.
then later,
Oh, yeah.
we did a bunch of
there
stuff.
was
We're
50. I don't know how many actors were on the thing. There's 57 musicians on it. So, and everybody, like Evans Doherty was on it.
Yeah.
All of
Rankins were on that
the
too,
Rankins were on it.
before they were the Rankins.
All the Bob Quinn, all those people, Lisa McDougall,
Natalie.
Natalie McMaster, Danelle Leahy.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, there was a
was
there was a
great.
piper actually on that ship.
He never finished.
No,
the
he
trip.
never got through one
Poor
of
fella.
his tunes because he was hired. Besides playing outside the ship,
Yeah.
attracting people to come on board, he was also hired as the alarm clock for the musicians.
Yep.
So at 5:30, 6 o'clock every morning, he would walk up and down the boat where the musicians were in their cabins, that like full on belt. And that worked for about 2 days.
Yeah.
And
And then one of the,
He was never good
and I will
company.
tell you the story, and I will not mention who it was. It shall remain nameless. But you know who you are.
He's out of
And,
prison now anyway. It's 25
He is.
years.
He is. He only did 18. And what he did was he had fishing gut. this is absolutely true as I'm sitting looking into your eyes. Right? He had fishing gut, and what he did was he stretched it across, like from his cabin to the cabin across. And when he heard Buddy come up, oh, he just let that and hauled on it, so it got nice and tight. And Buddy, all you heard was, and everybody on the floor roared, "Pipe her down, pipe her down."
It was a great morning.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
Yes.
I think, Josh, this goes right along with us. Like, we're not morning people. I think musicians are generally not morning people unless they're up, have been up from the night before. But
Oh, yeah, well.
we like to sleep in, right? There's stuff to be. We got work in the nighttime.
There's stuff to dream about.
Exactly. How are you going to get all the ideas if you're not getting a full night's rest? And sometimes it starts in the daytime and goes into the evening. But just the stuff they had this weekend was like early in the morning. I was like, who's up at that time? That's why you can't have office
Keeners.
people. You can't have office people planning stuff for musicians. You need musicians at the helm because they know how the life is, right?
Yeah.
But it's just like unrealistic to have
Oh well,
that many people. There wasn't enough coffee to go around. Or
Well,
something.
I heard actually a good friend of both mine and Rick's, Troy Greencorn, who runs the Stan Rogers Festival, was over, doing, and he went back absolutely amazed at the talent
from
here.
really.
Yeah,
There was a lot of delegates in that were. I would
and
imagine.
they were over with a bunch of other folk festival, essentially buyers.
Yeah.
Organizers, buyers, and they went home happy. We were talking to that crowd
Oh.
from Regina, Saskatoon.
No way.
It was
A lot
great.
of talent here.
Yep.
A lot of talent here. Kevin, what's it like to be seeing this stuff happen? Like the new crowd coming through with Music NL, like up for awards, and they're doing the showcases and all that kind of stuff. What's it like to not worry about that stuff? To already be getting invited to the festivals overseas and on other continents and stuff like. What's it like to be established and look back at these young pups trying to?
Well, I think it's great because it's like anything. It's like the painters, the sculptors. I mean, if they've had people to look at who came before them, and the next thing you know, these young guys and gals are raising the bar. I mean, there's stuff that fellas can do and gals can do now, even on solo guitar, like singing, like singer-songwriter stuff. I couldn't even dream of it, and I'm impressed with it. I think it's lovely. I mean, it's the level keeps rising, but it rises musically too. It doesn't just technically rise. Like we play with a young fiddler named Madeline Carter, who was all
Amazing.
over Music Week. She's
Yep.
from New Brunswick, lives here now. We play music with her all the time, and she's
She's
phenomenal.
Phenomenal.
You should get her in.
Absolutely, Madeline
Yeah,
Carter.
Madeline.
Madeline
We'll
Carter.
tag her and make sure we get her in for sure.
Yeah,
Yes.
she's great.
The amount of talent that I saw, and there was some stuff that was like, wow, I didn't know that was even a category of music. Had no idea most of it was being produced in Newfoundland.
Oh, yeah.
There was a lot. And people, there's a Jingjia is like, she's got this
Yeah.
instrument I can't even pronounce.
Yeah.
And she's like virtuoso
Yeah.
on this instrument. She's amazing.
She
took
is amazing,
She took home 3 awards. It was, and not just about the awards, but just the amount, the variety. It's not, it's
No, it's great, and it's wonderful to watch. It's I mean, there's still the elder statesmen and stateswomen still exist, and we
Yeah.
enjoy our careers, and I certainly do, and I know Rick does, and but it's great to watch the rise of the new crowd.
and there's room for everybody.
Oh my God!
And I find looking at groups like the Irish Rovers when they go on tour and
Yeah.
they're over in Europe and all this stuff, and it's like, God, I could never be. How do you ever get that established? And so looking at you guys, I figure everybody's got music degrees, PhDs in music, and technical training and all that stuff, and it's just like, how do you make that sound? Like
Well,
it looks like people who are already doing it, they make it look so easy.
Jerry Jeff Walker once said that I got my education in the bar rooms of the nation,
Absolutely.
and that's
Absolutely.
certainly where I got my musical education for sure.
Absolutely. But we love going to see you guys, of course. It's just you guys are so great together. And I know you're going to play for us today, right?
Well,
What do you got for us?
Well, we got 2 guitars, but we just wanted to look at them for a while.
They are
Actually, we
nice-
have 3 guitars.
They are a nice barrier between you and other humans, and it's
We
like,
were
look, I got
busking
this-
down by the car to pay for the parking. So.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
Didn't work.
Didn't
Some
work.
guy came along with an app and took care of it.
Yeah. Some guy said, "Look, I'll pay for it if you stop playing." I figured, yeah, if we do that long enough.
Hey, if it gets what you need in the guitar case, that's really the point, right?
There it is.
Yeah.
That's
So what do you
it.
got for us today?
He's singing. He's going to
Right.
sing a great song.
This is a Dave Gunning song called "These Hands."
Nice, beautiful.
Beautiful song.
This is Rik Barron with these hands,
And Kevin Evans.
accompanied by Kevin Evans, and watched by Vickie Morgan and Josh Morgan.
Some hands tell the world together. And some hands have fought in wars forever. Tell me, what shall I do with these hands of mine? Some hands have blessed 1,000,000 people. Some hands help free the world from evil. Tell me, what shall I do with these hands of mine? What shall I do with these hands of mine? What shall I do with these hands of mine? The world could use a hero of the humankind. Tell me, what shall I do with these hands of mine? Some hands can stop the life from dying. Some hands comfort a baby crying. Tell me, what shall I do with these hands of mine? What shall I do with these hands of mine? What shall I do with these hands of mine? The world can use a hero of the humankind. Tell me, what shall I do with these hands of mine? I want to sing it from my heart. I want to hear it in the wind, till it blows around the world and it comes back again. And all that we can ask is for hours to be free, to do just what we want whenever the need. Oh, some hands give voice to a nation. Some hands wrote the times they are changing. Tell me, what shall I do with these hands of mine? What shall I do with these hands of mine? What shall I do with these hands of mine? The world can use a hero of the humankind. Tell me, what shall I do with these hands of mine? What shall I do with these hands of mine? What shall I do with these hands of mine? The world can use a hero of the humankind. Tell me, what shall I do with these hands of mine? Just tell me, what shall I do with these hands of mine?
Sometimes I get so overcome sitting in this room with these musicians, and I go, I'm not cut out for radio, because I can't even pull myself together to say what a great job. Like, what an honor it is to sit in this room with two people. Like, that's gorgeous. That's beautiful.
Well,
Beautiful song, isn't it?
When you're dealing with a song like that,
And
sung by a man like this, you know, I mean,
I have to apologize, Kevin. I bobbed in there in the middle of that, and you weaved, and it was you were supposed to weave, and I was supposed to weave too.
Honestly,
So if you listen for the dissonance in there, that was.
That was our jazz.
I know, I was going to say. There's 3 or 4 fellas out there going, man, for
Wait a
second, I
minute,
thought
what's
they were
that?
doing jazz.
We meant to do that.
No, we
Oh
didn't.
my God,
We didn't. You did good.
That was beautiful. It's like a living.
Anyway,
breathing-
Dave, the writer of that is a wonderful. Dave comes
Absolutely,
occasionally.
yeah.
Dave's a great friend of both of ours, so we've known since he was a little fella.
Yeah.
Really.
Used to babysit him, actually.
Wow.
Almost.
That's a lie, but
Like
sounds
almost.
good.
Almost. When we met
That
him,
was
he
beautiful.
didn't shave very much when we met him. I know
that's
that.
true.
That was
Yeah.
really, really beautiful. What a sweet, what a lovely. I mean, I've been loving going to shows for, I don't know, the first show I went to, I was just so in love with the energy at a performance and watching somebody make these instruments, make this music, and to be sitting this close is like being on stage with them. It's like, this is as close as a human being can be to music. So thank you to the universe for, this is kind of what music gave to me and Josh, because we started the Mulberry Creek Hour really just as a platform to share our own music. Because it was like, well, I don't know how much they're going to play it on the radio on its own. So if we started our own show, we could play our own tunes every week. And then it kind of blossomed into, we should probably have a guest because an hour of us is too much. And it's just blossomed into this thing where we get to sit next to these beautiful musicians.
Well, I just recorded a children's recording, which I've done many of, but just recently sort of released it because I just never got around to doing anything after we finished recording. But we put that song on it because the kids wonder what they can do with their hands.
Oh, yeah.
So it's not just for everybody, right? It's like, so that's the last song on the album.
I love it.
Because it makes sense. You're sitting there and they're thinking, what can I do?
I have this background, so I grew up Catholic, of course, and I went to St. Teresa's.
God, I feel guilty about that.
I feel guilty about it too. I grew up
But there was these, every now and then, there's these little nuggets that still live with me, and I remember these, religious people coming in, whether it was to get us ready for Mass that weekend or whatever was going on. But I just remember them talking about us having gifts, and it's hard to not throw away all the Catholic stuff. No offense to anybody who's Catholic, but it's hard to keep, it kind of feels guilty sometimes to hang on to some of that stuff that still resonates today. And so a lot of it has been ringing in my head all weekend. Music Week celebration was like this gift that you're given. Not everybody's called to music. Not everybody's interested in picking up a guitar or singing a song or doing what we do. But if you are, it just gets louder and louder, I think, as you get older. No matter how old you are, you can still pick up a guitar, and you might not ever be as good as whoever, but you'll be as good as Vickie Morgan's ever going to be.
Yeah,
and I remember that from those messages, And
that's one of the reasons why, I don't know, I never thought of music as a competition. I'm not, and people know this about me, I'm not a huge fan of and the winner is,
Yep.
I think it's fantastic that these things happen, and it probably has become, especially in the last 20, maybe even 30 years, viable that you do these kinds of shows that, everybody showcases, and, one way or another, whoever gets the gig wins, really. But it's apples and oranges, isn't it? I mean, what I do is what I do, what Rik does, what he does. What you do is what you do, what you do is what you do, Josh. I mean, we're all doing different things. And it really is like a bowl of vegetables with fruits on top. They're all good. They're all good. They're all different.
Yep.
And I know that's sort of it's not that it's a controversial view. It's just I'm not a big fan of the music in competition. I just never was. However, I do go to the shows because I love to see what's considered the best of the best.
And they're on their game, they're so pumped up for that 3 minutes on stage. It is a beautiful thing to witness. And then I'm sitting there going, well, and feeling a lot of self-pity. But by the end of it, I was tapping my feet, singing along the songs, and going, I've had so many wins myself. Like those moments when you're playing a song and you notice a tear, or someone comes up afterwards and says,
they're the best moments.
They're the best. The gig, getting the gig is great because that opens the door to the real experience, which is getting to play music for people. That's the gift. That's the win.
And enjoying it which is I think the other side of the gift. It's if you're enjoying what you're doing. I mean, as long as I can go to work. And I do call it work because it's what I do for a living. But as long as I can go to work and still, that first note of that first song, when the lights first come, that manic burst of power, I'm still sent over the top. I just love it. I still love playing. I'm going to go till I can't, and which could be like tomorrow.
Could be tomorrow.
The way I'm feeling right now.
So if he's gone tomorrow, that's my guitar he's playing.
Dibs.
That's,
Dibs.
Yeah, it's mine. I'm not getting it after he dies. I'm just holding on to it now. I'm just letting him play it.
Rik, by the way, as well as being a great singer and a phenomenal musician, is very deluded about things.
Yeah, true. It's a good try, though.
Instrument ownership and stuff.
I thought that was a good try.
Yeah, it was. I believed it.
Yeah, give it a good try.
If you dropped it right now, I wouldn't have argued when he took the guitar. No, 9/10 of the law is possession, right?
Yeah.
Look, okay, I'm really sorry I brought up my mortality. It's starting to be a recurring theme in this conversation.
Rik and Vickie
everybody was so happy after you brought it up. I don't know. That's probably
I know.
No more talking about Kevin's cold dead hands.
Yeah. But a friend of mine that I played with when I was a teenager was at a show recently that Kevin and I did, and he came up to me afterward chatting, and he said, "You guys are so happy up there." He said, "It's like, are you really that happy?" I said, "Well, how can we not be happy?
I know what my
We're still here.
You can't say it on the radio.
We're still here. We're still on stage. We're still. How could you not be happy?
Looks like I'm checking my phone.
You are checking your phone,
but I'm not actually. I just
He's playing Angry
He's checking his
Birds.
blood pressure.
I just,
He's got the answer. Checks his blood pressure.
checking his pulse.
well, I could lie and say that I'm putting the tuner up because I have to.
Oh, that's true.
Well, you
He's
gotta do
changing.
it.
I have to change,
Yeah.
but I'm going to. I just want to get a cheat sheet and just in case. But let me. Will I tune now, or do you want me
No,
to
tune.
tune
Go ahead
later?
and tune.
Or do we talk more? And
Tell
tune?
us a tuning story while you're tuning. That's all.
Ah, okay.
Imagine there's 7,000 people watching you and you're doing your tuning story.
I will tell you a tuning
There
story.
you go.
Okay, so I'm going into the well overused Dad Gad at the moment.
Yes, boy. This is gonna be good.
This
yeah.
is good.
Oh. What song are
I
you doing?
played for years when I played with the Garrison Brothers and the Newfield Trio. I played for years in open G tuning. Played for years.
What's open G?
Was G open?
See?
But what are the notes? What are the strings?
The notes are.
Translation, buddy.
Oh,
Thanks for coming out. Thanks for coming out.
I'll show you open G.
So it's a G chord open.
Yeah.
But then it's like if you put D on, how would you? It'd be all.
I'm
it'd be
sure.
all new formations, right? That.
You're like Dolly Parton, right?
Oh, is that really it?
No.
That's how she's able to play with those nails. You thought I was going to say something else, didn't you?
Yeah.
Dolly has the biggest calluses in the world.
That's gorgeous.
Oh, sorry. Now
That's
your
actually
folks
quite
video.
funny now.
Well, you know, no, we interrupted your story. You're in.
I'm going into open G just to show Miss Vickie. This is open G.
Oh,
Right? But it's. Used to be one called Mole's Moan, which went. Or Carter Family. I know. It's,
I'm not
it's
going to
what-
be able to take much of that.
Oh my God.
and there's all kinds of very melodic runs. It's very banjo tuning, like, isn't it?
yeah.
G.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Sweet
Very
God.
similar.
Josh, like, you're okay over there. At least you got a buffer. I'm on top of this. It's spectacular.
Yeah, there's. I mean, anyway, I used to do. In fact, one of the songs that we got on the radio all those years ago was "Rose with Fear," which was an open. Anyway, so played in open G for years and years and years, and then a good buddy of mine said, "Have you ever tried Dadgat?" And I said, "Never heard of it, but I'm and all it was two. That was a B. So open G is the D B G D G D.
Oh.
But now,
So exciting.
Honest to God. This is fascinating stuff. Like,
Oh, I've zoned out.
doing them out.
Pardon, tune
That's
him out.
beautiful.
Like he's
now
doing.
let's see if
So,
I can get close to
growing
her.
up, I was always afraid to tune the guitar, let alone put it in a different tuning. So I'm always afraid the strings will snap. But I feel like this is the universe saying there's so much more to learn. I'm gonna have to try those. That's beautiful.
So this
And then
is,
he's just tuning. This isn't even.
I know.
He's not
Amazing.
even playing.
so this Dadgat, which has kind of become ubiquitous in the Celtic community, you know. But Stan Rogers used a lot
yeah.
of. He did. Deep and dark is my true love. That was in Dadgat. It's a lot of.
Did you guys know Stan Rogers?
It's one of my
I know.
best friends.
No.
I didn't know. I never met him.
No?
However, I know his sons and stepdaughters and his brother, and I know everybody else. And his widow. I know all them, but I never met Stan. But we were out on the road at the same time, just in.
Yeah.
But that's
Just never crossed
often.
paths.
Well, that's often the case with lots of us that we're out. So you must know.
Yeah.
I know who it is.
Yeah.
There's
So
a-
Josh, of course, is from North Carolina, and so he's the one that believe it or not, introduced me to Stan Rogers. He heard
Oh.
it, and he took a Canadian Studies class when he was doing his degree in Maine, and came home and they were doing
Yeah.
Stan Rogers was a topic, and I was like, well, we were living, to be fair, we were living away at the time, and I hadn't been hearing a lot of local music for a while. So, but Stan Rogers introduced him. We just love him so much.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my God.
Stan was great. He was he was a character for sure. I remember I was telling his parents once that we played the LBR, which was the downstairs at the Lord Nelson Hotel in Halifax. It was a fairly famous club at the time. And Stan used to, when he was in town, he'd pop in. And I remember once we were playing there, and I looked down the back, and Stan had, as you know, he's a tall guy, had a leather biker's jacket on, baldy head on him, and like those aviator mirrored sunglasses. He's down the back like this, you know. And there was a room behind the stage at the LBR, where the band room essentially. And anyway, we went back there, and the break stand came back, and we had just recorded Watching the Apples Grow. And this was with the the Wreck of the Athens Queen, you know, those kind of songs. Because he wrote, I mean, there's not too many Stan songs that I don't like, you know. And he wrote lovely ballads, like 45 Years, a great song. It still is. It stands up wonderfully. But as the band, we were looking for new fast songs. They're hard. The good ones are hard to find, you know. They're there, but you got to look for them. And I remember saying to him, Stan, got any more songs like, you know, Watching the Apples Grow, or Athens Queen, any song, or, you know, or Foley's Cove? And he did this. He reached up and kind of pulled his glasses down on his nose and looked at me over the glasses and said, Kevin, I don't write losers anymore. To which everybody in the room just went. I was telling this story to his mother and father years after, and she had a great laugh at that. She thought it was funny, and she went, "Oh yeah?" And she gave me a 90-minute tape of unrecorded Stan Rogers stuff. The first song on it was Acadian Saturday Night,
That's right.
which we recorded and had a back in those days had a hit on the country stations with it, right? That was the first one on it, right? So
Unreal.
She essentially gave me a tape of his losers. It was pretty amazing. But Stan, my second son was called. He was born the year that Stan passed, and I actually called up his parents and said, "Is it okay if I?"
It was 82, right?
Yep.
83.
82 or 83.
83. Do you know what?
83.
Pterodactyls ruled the sky. So I'm not quite sure. Well, my son was born in 83.
I was born in 82, so I know it was right around there somewhere.
Yeah.
Does that feel like 40 years ago?
No. Oh my God! Stop.
Amazing.
Well, when I was saying about not meeting people, you know, remember Shugel Nifty? You know the boy.
Oh yeah, the Scottish boy.
So Gary Finlayson is a banjo player, and I'm a banjo player, and we were going through. He's with Shugel Nifty. We were going through the airport. We never knew each other. So banjo. So we stopped to talk, right? Because most people don't talk to banjo players.
Yeah.
Honest to God, they don't.
They might start playing.
They stare at you, but they don't talk to you. So this runs into Stan. In the Stan, we were at Stanfest, which brings Troy back into it again.
Yeah, Troy.
Probably 10 years ago, and Gary taps me and he said, "Rick," he said, "is there anything different?" And I said, "No, I'm thinking it's raining. It's always raining at Stanfest." And he said, "No, I think me and you, what's different?" I said, "We're older." He said, "Yeah." He said, "We're 25 years older." I said, "Well, okay, that's monumental. Let's grab a beer," right? He said, "No, it's the first time we've ever been together, not in an airport." I knew we know all our wives, ex-wives, current wives, children, you know, everything. Knew the names, knew the faces. I'd see it, but yet we had never encountered each other not in an airport somewhere.
Wow.
And we were friends. It wasn't as if we were like, "Oh yeah, I know who," but I was his friend and he was my friend, but we had never actually done anything that wasn't in an airport. We got felt really unnatural.
Airport friends.
Without planes
That's
flying around.
That's a song. There's a song there.
Airport.
Yeah, it was. But that was the
Terminal friends.
And had never seen had never seen each other play because we'd only ever seen each other, and we had all our records. We knew all the music, but yeah.
It's funny the way that happens in this business too, isn't it?
Yeah.
People that you either just see at festivals or
just in the airport.
Yeah, like ships passing in the night, like, you know.
But you do it so often that you end up being lifelong friends.
Oh yeah.
It's such a funny thing. I have so many questions about the personalities around music. Like, You see people up on stage and you think you know them because they're singing a ballad or they're singing about something that they might not have written it, or it might just be a song they love. But the personalities off stage is just fascinating to me, because we all manage to get on stage at some point. Like all the differences get put aside and people sing, and you'd never know they hate each other's guts or they've been divorced or they got remarried or that they're getting together. Like, you don't know any of the dynamics. The music really is just, it just transcends all the basic human life stuff.
I find it, I haven't been in many bands, really. Actually, that's a statement on its own. That I didn't like the people I was playing with. I don't know how people can do it. I know people do it all the time. I just don't get that at all. It's just nope.
Watching all those bands this weekend, it occurred to me, like, all these people have been playing together, and Josh and I think we're at this stage, and there's a reason why we're not at the export showcases. We're not ready. We're not ready to export. We want more sounds in our band. We want other instruments in our band. And we've really been growing to this point of like and it really hasn't worked out. We've had people that were interested in the music, wanted to play with us, and just, we couldn't quite get the personalities in the same room to get, and I just feel like that's a natural thing that happens, because you guys obviously get along, you like each other outside of music, right? The guitars in your hands help.
Well,
it helps.
No, we both of us.
Yeah, but there is something magic
we're
about
buddies.
the relationships that come from music.
Yeah.
There really is a connection there, and when it's not there, I think trust in that and go your separate ways and not try to force it. And because you get
bands are a marriage.
Absolutely.
I mean, and I mean, they really are. I mean, they just and they can be as complicated as a marriage, very much so. And when you're on the road with like Brian and I mean, we're like scraping 40 years here together playing. Two completely different personalities, but
it works.
It works great, I mean, we kind of we defined what our responsibilities were at the top of the hour, and just kept going, and it worked out great. We kind of, and I mean, I don't mean we sat down and had a meeting, or I mean, over a couple of pints said, well, you're really good at this, so you do that. You're great at that, so you do that. And we've done it for 40 years, and it works.
I think the fact that everybody gets to be good at something is also really important. So you're not carrying the drums all the time. You're not always the, book and all. Like, the fact that you get to shine at the thing you're good at, instead of struggling with.
Yeah, and funnily enough, like when you mentioned the Irish Rovers earlier. I mean, that's a big band. It's 9 people.
Yeah.
And wow, but George, our great leader, George Miller, he managed in the course of, like, some of those shows were just an hour and a half straight. Others were like 45 minutes with an intermission, right? But he managed. Forget the singers. There's 3 main singers, which were George, Ian, and myself. And he managed among those 3 that everybody had not just like a featured moment, but an honest to God solo moment. Like, it was, the whole band was around one person. And then he managed to do it with all the musicians. There were 9 people. So there's 6 other people that got an amazing solo shot. Now the musicians in the Rovers they're a spooky bunch of people. They're all all Ireland, actually all world champion players. They've won. Go back to the competition. That's a big thing in Irish music, especially instrumental music, is the competitions, And all those guys were like, I mean, I was in my glory.
Yeah.
I didn't play a lick. I mean, as much as I love playing guitar and playing licks on guitar and doing this stuff, my job in that band was to sing and play rhythm guitar. That was it. And can you imagine how I felt playing rhythm guitar for those world champion players? It was fantastic. I mean, just wicked. But I mean, it's an example of delegation of responsibility, isn't it?
Yeah, and I think you'd play triangle just to be on stage with them. If, like, whatever they need, just just put me on the stage.
Triangle's
to be
good. Not wrong with
if
triangle.
there's one ding
triangle
at the end, I'll do that. Just to be a part of it is really. It's such a beautiful thing. Music is such a beautiful language that, when you get it, when it starts to click, there's no putting it down. You get hooked, and then that's it. It gets a hold of you.
Yeah.
Yeah, in spite of being smart enough to go do something else.
Absolutely.
You don't.
Yeah.
No.
Why don't you do that?
Kevin, you gonna play something for us?
What's this one?
I already started.
There you go.
What's this one?
Let's do Road Not Taken.
That's my favorite.
It's his favorite.
Fickle.
Fickle beast.
It is. It's my favorite. Wait till you hear it.
Wait till I hear it. It's telling me my parking is up.
Do you know it?
I was just gonna notice that my parking's That's all right. Rick said he'll pay the parking.
No, he didn't.
I live in a warm and friendly city. Happy with my life and what I do. Got a wife, she's gentle and so pretty. But come each month of May, I think of you. Road not taken, line not crossed, I still love you. Ah, but only just. I remember sanded summer evenings at Helvig with those flowers in your hair, sipping cider on the steps at Louis, breathing in the music in the air, laughing, bravely dancing by the water, drinking creamy pints at Tegunkyo. Drove a Honda 50 off a seawall. A 15-year-old boy out of control. Road not taken, line not crossed, I still love you. Ah, but only just. Every year I meet up with my old love, a memory that time cannot erase. I recall each loving moment every time I look into her face. I will always be her wild and restless. She'll be always what I would have been had I stayed and struggled in my hometown. Like all my friends, how I admire them. Road not taken, line not crossed, I still love you. Ah, but only just. Road not taken, line not crossed, I still love you. Ah, but only just.
Gorgeous.
Totally my favorite.
Absolutely gorgeous.
Got it.
Fellas. That is
Lovely.
Nice, Kevin.
whew,
That's us getting through it.
what a what a
If I
wild
wasn't
Monday.
so shallow now, I'd be right overcome with that one.
What a wild Monday here on the Mulberry Creek Hour. We got Rik Barron and Kevin Evans right here in the studio.
We do.
How lucky.
And Vickie Morgan. And Josh Morgan.
Honest to God, he's so
And,
And our parking's running
and what's
out.
the mouse's name?
Extend the parking, will you?
Yes, Josh, we can't because we had the Facebook Live going on our phone, but if anyone gives a ticket to Kevin Evans, you're going to have to deal with me.
It's me. It's my car.
Oh,
Well, that's fine then.
That's fine.
Oh, well, in that case. I wonder if I can
You
extend
can
it.
extend it.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah, but you can hear.
so I'm on the radio now extending my parking.
Well, you're extending parking for your friend.
Oh,
Yes. So Kevin, you were on the show with us, I think, before over the summer. So you already got a Mulberry Creek mug, but Rick, there's a mug there for you.
Oh.
I want another one.
I'll get you another one. I only got the one, but I'll get it to you
No,
next
I'm
time I
not
see you.
kidding. No, I'm not.
We got lovely parting gifts for anytime anybody's on the show. So I'm gonna we're going to do this. So we released a book. I think that's in tune enough. That's close
Yeah,
enough.
that's perfect.
We released a book.
G.
So I had a book idea, and then that became a documentary series idea, and then that failed, and so then it went back to a book. And in the process of that, we wrote a song.
It morphed
with
into-
Corey
back
Tedford
into
called
a
"Loser
book.
Anthem." So
It didn't fail. It morphed back into.
it
a
morphed
book.
into something else, and it became. I wrote a song last week called "World's Worst Seller," and it was all about I'd make more money if I was out doing
Anything.
really bad things. And it was really funny because then we woke up Saturday morning and it was the #1 bestseller in musical biographies. So who the hell, right? And I don't know how that happens because it was on a list with like Tammy Wynette and Waylon Jennings and Hank Williams.
Right on.
Yeah.
And it might be because they haven't sold any in a really long time. But like, so I'm just still going to sing the song because it's hilarious.
What
But
song are we
this-
singing?
I'm going to do "Loser Anthem."
Yeah, see, I was
And there's
busy
no, that's
renewing
all
the
right.
parking there. And,
Did you get it?
yes.
I can relax now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So here's what I got for you guys. So there's a whoa 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 whoa
What key are we in?
whoa whoa. Oh, good
We
question.
are in A.
Thanks.
Is it in A?
A.
As Josh says, it's in A.
Okay.
I'm not too far away. I'm in Dagwood. This should be interesting.
All right, you good? My God, this is gonna happen, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
All right, everybody good?
Got room, Kev?
Yep, great.
All right, here we go. This is one for all of those that told me no. For all of those fools that said I shouldn't say so. Telling me to slow down when I just wanna go. Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. If you don't get a tingle up the back of your spine, no regret in the morning that you even had the time. You all want a story while I'm still writing mine. Whoa, 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 whoa. I'm getting older, but I don't have to age. Tell my mother I'm still going through a phase, earning every wrinkle upon this happy face. Whoa, 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 whoa. While it's still beating, listen to your heart. 'Cause each fall down's another chance to start. Each fall down's another chance to start. Sneaking backstage just to get an autograph. Maybe if you start a band, you get the last laugh. Hard to hold a candle when you're running in the rain. Whoa, 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 whoa. This is one for all of those that told me no. For all of those fools that said I shouldn't say so. Telling me to slow down when I just wanna go. Whoa, 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 whoa,
Hey, all right.
Nice.
Yes.
Very good.
Wow.
Yes.
All right, so Kevin, you might not get involved, but do you want to join the band? Kevin,
Okay.
Rick, you want to be in the band?
We're in the band.
Oh my God.
We're in the
Kevin,
band
I always
now.
wanted to be in a
You're
band.
in the band.
Oh, with me too.
always wanted to be in a
What's the
band.
Mulberry Creek.
We're in.
We could change. It'll be Mulberry Creek featuring Kevin and Rick.
No, let's just go with Mulberry Creek's pretty good. I like that. Or Mulberry Rick.
Mulberry Rik.
Crick. Mulberry Crick.
This
Good,
has
that's
been,
good.
I
That was
think,
very
the
good.
best.
That's good. Go with
I wasn't
that.
going to give you any credit for it, but it was good.
That's fantastic.
I was trying to hold.
Crick.
I was
I
trying
think
to
this
hold
might be
off
the
there.
best episode we've ever done. I say that every week, but oh my god. You've been listening to CHMR 93.5 FM. This is Mulberry Creek Hour. I'm Vickie Morgan. Josh Morgan behind the board. Thank you for producing.
Josh.
And thank you so
Thanks,
much
Josh.
to Kevin Evans and Rik Barron for coming in, guys. Come in anytime. Any gig we have, you have, like, we'll bring extra guitars for you.
Yeah.
That felt amazing. So,
Right.
oh my god, thank you
And,
so
and
much.
Thank
I
you for
bet you
having us here.
they'll pay parking the next time, won't they?
We'll pay for your
Yeah.
parking.
Yeah.
We've
I know.
heard that before.
Yeah,
Kevin, yeah.
every single time.
We just-
We'll get you a
We'll
pass.
just be
And I just want to
disappointed
say, in
again.
regards to that song,
That was beautiful.
you know, to all those who said no, both of us are saying yes.
Yeah, it was great.
Definitely.
Excellent.
That's a lovely song, by the
Thank
way.
you very
Beautiful.
much. Thank you
Yeah.
very much. That's
Wish we
That means
played
a lot.
better on it for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was great.
Thank you very much. Oh my
Yeah.
god. Tune in again next week, guys. Mulberry Creek Hour. We're here every single week, 5 o'clock at CHMR, and of course on Facebook Live. The episodes go up on YouTube. Make sure you check us out on the Mulberry Creek YouTube channel. All the episodes are there. And just come back next week, man. This is awesome. This is such a great... as long as you guys are listening, they'll keep letting me back in the studio. So thanks, everybody, and we'll see you again next Monday.
Big fat A from everybody. Big fat A from everybody. 1, 2, 3.